There are so many great superhero games out there. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Injustice, any of the Marvel Capcom games, and there's some bad ones too. Very bad. Like, if they were a dog, you would rub their nose in it and then send them to their kennel. If I were to describe Young Justice Legacy in one word, that word would be why. Developed by Freedom Factory Studios, Young Justice Legacy is an action-adventure game, much like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series. You run around punching hired goons, collecting experience points, and leveling up your abilities. Each character has a light attack, a chargeable heavy attack, a dodge, and 4 superpowers. The heavy attack, however, always goes into the fully charged animation despite just tapping the button, which makes it kind of unwieldy if you want to change up your fighting. And what about the superpowers? While there is a bit of variation in the powers themselves, they don't really come across as cool enough to use very often, so a lot of the times you're just spamming the light attack and then using a superpower when your meter is charged. Overall, the game is insanely easy on normal. After every enemy encounter, you get your full health back, and it's not a slow build-up either. You get your full health back almost instantly. The only time you really have to worry about health is during boss fights, and even then, if the character you're using gets knocked out, you can switch to another character, revive the first character, and then just switch back. The game starts you off with 6 characters, with 6 more unlockable through gameplay, and 4 available through DLC. The game also has some hidden collectibles throughout each stage, although in some not-so-secret areas. Good, no one will ever find this diorama of Lex Luthor behind this seemingly not man-made rock wall. The environments themselves are varied, unique, and taken straight from the show. Memorable locations like Jungle Ruins, Forest Ruins, the Museum, and Temple Ruins, all randomly filled with destructible boxes. Why? Because fuck it, that's why. You will come across a random treasure chest. A chest that does absolutely fucking nothing. When I came across the first one, I thought I had a glitch because I could still open the chest after it being very clearly opened the first time. I even tried it with every single character just to make sure I didn't have to open it with a very specific character. But nope, nothing. I still have no idea what they're there for. They say there's a hidden power-up in them, but that's an old wives' tale. Are the levels laid out in an interesting way at least? Fucking nope. The levels are long, linear corridors that lead you from encounter to encounter. They actually make Final Fantasy XIII look like an open-world game. The character models are both scary and hilarious at the same time. Scalarious. I mean, look at that! Some characters do look alright, like Nightwing and Aqualad. Others look like they just went to the store, grabbed a few action figures, scanned them into a 3D program, threw on some bones, and called it a day. Young Justice Legacy was supposed to release between the first and second seasons of the show, explaining what happened during the time skip. But because of delays due to bouncing between developers, the game ended up releasing after the show was cancelled. Even though the story is written by 2 of the show's writers, Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti, what we get is the most bare bones of video game stories. Now, there are some important things that happen during the game, but they don't really have anything to do with the story and are just kind of shoehorned in at the end. It's as if they threw in those bits to sell the game. Oh. The 15 missions are broken up into 6 mission strings, and each one has a character who's designated the team leader and cannot be switched out. This makes it a bit weird because they're the only person talking during cutscenes, everyone else is just nodding silently in the background. The story is pretty decently acted, but the scenes are all plagued with weird cuts and sometimes no sound effects. Like this scene in particular. Superman is holding back an avalanche that makes no noise. And that's not even the best part. The snow actually opens the door. It's a damn avalanche. It should come in bursting through the door, not knocking politely as if it's trying to sell you cosmetics. Who is it? Mary Kay? Oh good. I know someone who could use some mascara. Boom! It's snow, bitch! Like I said, it's pretty mediocre. Now, if you're not a fan of the show, I'd say skip it. If you are a fan of the show, skip it anyway. It blows. But at least they got the original voice actors, so that's a positive. What do you mean you didn't get the original voice actors? Lacey Chabert is in this? Lacey Party of 5 Mean Girl Chabert is in this? Oh, holy shit, we got a game of the year. Which year? All of them.